Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk. I'm your host, Saeed. We do want to thank you for joining us tonight, Thursday, the 24th of November, 2022. It's a pleasure to be here, and it's a privilege to serve you, Trinidad and Tobago. Remember, Real Talk Credit Union is offering you 4% on fixed deposits, 2%, 1.5% and 2% on annual saving. Now, if you want to be a member of the Real Talk Credit Union, we opened our doors to Trinidad and Tobago for those who want to be members of the Real Talk Credit Union. We are located at number 14 Carrie Savannah Road in Shogunas, viewers. If you want to be a member, not a problem. 2 forms of ID, utility bill, job letter, pay slip, and you're inside. For the kids, not a problem. You can open an account for them also. So we're making it easy for you all to save money, get the highest interest rate. Now, like I always say, I am Saeed and I am here to change banking in Trinidad and Tobago. The way they do banking, monthly service charge, we have the cheapest. We have the cheapest. Come on down, we are in Shogunas. It's easy to get to us, you know, it's very easy. If you're traveling, you come down to Shogunas, you walk down by the Charlieville taxi stand that is down by the market down there. You ask any taxi driver that is on the Charlieville stand, just tell them you want to drop by Real Talk Group of Company building on Carrie Savannah Road, and they will drop you there. It's very, very easy to find us. Remember, I'm a licensed money lender. Those of you who looking for cash borrow, it's not a problem. You can contact me at 238-6716. 339-1670, 267-7325, and you can also contact our South office at 242-7690. Our company opens from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Monday to Friday. Saturdays from 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 noon. So viewers, good night to you all. As we start off our program tonight, there has been contrasting evidence in the Paria Commission of Inquiry, as lawyers sought to determine whether procedures was followed during the changing of a faulty riser, which resulted in the death of 4 divers on February 25th. Gilbert Peterson, who representing Paria and the Heritage Petroleum Company, showed surviving diver Christopher Budram an account by Paria HSE officer, that's the health and safety officer, of the toolbox meeting which took place on the morning of the incident. Peterson said, in the list of 16 steps, there is no mention of any activities involving the removal of the barrier, the mechanical plug, or the inflated plug. Now, however, CEO Chairman Jeremy Lynch took Budram through the Land and Marine Construction Service Limited LMCS method statement, which was attached to the work permit governing the job. Lynch announced paragraph 56 said to manually remove the migration barriers from the line. That's the plug. The metal one with the bolt on. And paragraph 57 said manually deflate line plugged and remove from line. He asked Budram whether this was his recollection of what was to happen on that day. In response, Budram stated that was the topic on the day, excluding the flood. Listen to this.
Yes, sir. This is what the topic we had on that day, excluding the flooding. Well, we had to flood the chamber when we leave in, so including the flooding of the chamber, but the removal of the chamber and thing would have been done, providing the 25th went smoothly on the 26th.
So now, viewers, Lynch asked, did anyone say to you that under no circumstances must that plug was to be removed from LMCS or from Paria at any stage? Budram replied, no, sir. However, that was the plan to remove the plug. Lynch stated that the work permit document also had attached a lift document and job safety analyst document, which were together in a series of documents supplied by Paria. He questioned Budram, do you remember if this document was shown to you on that day you were going to carry out this work? Budram said he could not remember seeing the document attached to the work permit, but it was read to him by a LMCS safety officer. Listen to this.
Did anybody say to you that under no circumstances must the plug be removed from LMCS or from Paria?
No, sir.
At any stage?
No, sir. On the contrary, that was the plan to remove the plug.
You told us earlier, in answer, I think, to a question from me, that it took about an hour and a half to 2 hours for that process to occur.
Yeah.
During that 2-hour period, did anybody from LMCS or from Paria say, do not remove that plug?
No, sir.
That document also attaches, does it not, a lift plan and something called a job safety analysis document. All of them were together in a
binder folder.
Yes, they were all together, weren't they, in a series of documents supplied by Mr. Wee, or at least Paria, which put them and set them out in that way. Do you remember if the document, this work permit at all, was shown to you on the day that you were going to carry out this work?
It was not shown to me, but was read. The safety officer went through the work permit with the GSA.
So here is step by step we're going through it, viewers. Peterson then asked Budram if he knew between the method statement and the permit to work for the day, which one actually dictates the workers were supposed to do on the day. Budram replied, the method statement is, in my view, the one you would work with. Then Peterson asked if Budram accepted that the permit to work took listen to this. When Peterson asked if Budram accepted that the PTW took presented over the method statement, Budram said, which part in the PTW said that you could not take out the plug? There was nowhere stating you should not have done it. Budram added, when Paria at any time found that the job was going out of the PTW, that's permit to work, they would have stopped the job. That's what the official therefore. So listen to this.
The method statement is in my view,
in your view,
the method statement is the one you would work with and go to, because the method statement is what you would use to obtain the contract.
Yes, but you would accept the sentence that says that the steps in the method statement, which you just referred to, shall only be carried out in compliance with the PTW system.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand that this is subject to the PTW?
Which part in the PTW say that they could not take out couldn't take out the plugs? They were always stating that they should not have done it. If there was a must not do something, it would have been bold, as it is here, bold in writing, that all steps below shall be carried out to full compliance with Paria PTW system.
You did accept that the PTW at least has the phrase migration barrier to be used. You accept that? We did over that before.
That's what it says.
Right, thank you. That's what we needed to see.
But again, when Paria at any point of time found that the job was going out of their PTW, they would have stopped the job. That way they had officials there for.
We heard that before, thanks.
So we're going for a commercial break. But when we come back, we're going to come back with the Coast Guard. We did not prevent rescue from LMCS divers, and it continue after this break.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Realtor Group of Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Realtor Group of Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas, or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
Realtor Credit Union stores are now open to members of the public. We are located at the Realtor Group of Companies building at number 14 Carney Savannah Main Road. Opening hours are from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Contact us via telephone at 238-6716 or 231-6219 to book your appointment. You can also find us on Facebook at Realtor Credit Union.
So welcome back to Real Talk, viewers, the #1 current affairs program in Trinidad and Tobago. So we're moving along with the Coast Guard now of Trinidad and Tobago. TNT Coast Guard Lieutenant Edric, we'll just use that name, has denied that they prevented any rescue attempt on February 25th when 4 LMCS divers were trapped inside a pipeline at Paria Fuel in Pointe-à-Pierre. The officer stated so in his sworn statement to the Commission of Inquiries set up to investigate the accident, which cost Yusuf Henry, Faisal Kuban, Kazim Ali Jr., and Rishi Nagasar their lives. The officer submitted a 10-page statement to the Commission on August 15th. He said that TNT Defense Force was informed of the accident shortly after 4 p.m. on February 25th. And he added that the 10 officers were divided. The 10 officers were divided into 2 teams. The officer met Paria's team lead engineer of operation, Catherine Balkisoon. Now, he said Kuban told him that Christopher Budram, the lone survivor, was rescued, and he, Kuban, was standing by to rescue the 4 remaining divers. The officer stated that the senior diver on his team did an assessment and recommended to him that no scuba attempt should be made. He said, Bargy soon sought assistance from commercial vessel while the Coast Guard officer stood down. And he added that only him and the senior diving officers remained on the platform ready to assist if necessary. Let me tell you something, a lot of back and forth. Several hours later, at 1:10 a.m., Coast Guard officer said all operation on the platform stopped. At the end of his statement, the officer addressed reports that armed Coast Guard officers prevented LMCS employees and other divers who volunteered to dive into the pipeline on February 25th from trying to rescue the men. And it's coming out. It's coming out. At the end of his statement, that is the officer, Edric, his statement addressed reports that armed Coast Guard officer prevented LMCS employees and other divers who volunteered to dive into the pipe on February 25th from trying to rescue the men. So were they stopped? Trinidad and Tobago. Trinidad and Tobago. You be the judge. We have a call. Call her good night.
Yeah, good night, Saeed.
Go right ahead, you're live.
Yes, Saeed, I would like to ask the administration, boy. The road in Barco, all the road gone through in Barco, boy, where rainfall, you can't drive your vehicle, you're busting tire and busting rib. Yeah, you can't see the size of the hole. You have some holes so big that I had to build a bridge over the road.
All right, here what to do. Here what to do. Take a picture or a video and send it.
The whole of Barco, if the whole of Barco, the whole, you can't don't take picture. The whole.
Here what to do. Do take a video of the road and some pictures and send it to 267-7325. That is WhatsApp only. Send it to that number and we will air it next week Wednesday on our program. Thank you, my friend. So Trinidad and Tobago talks are coming out, who prevented who didn't prevent who, and it goes on. But the truth must come out. It must come out. 4 divers lost their life. Only one individual could say what took place on that fateful day. 4 divers lost their life. Only one individual could give that answer. Nobody else. Nobody else. He could say what actually took place on that particular day in February. Imagine that, eh? Kola, good night.
Good night, Mr. Saeed.
Go right ahead. You're live on Real Talk, my friend.
Concerning your topic.
Thank you.
I thinking that OSHA have a part to play in that because they are safety. And if there is emergency rescue, they should have divers equipped.
Correct.
And the Coast Guard is not a drug bust or any crime. You understand?
Yes.
And the Coast Guard, yes, they have authorities on the waters, but for certain purpose. You understand? Because they had divers ready to assist in case of emergency. You understand? And in a case like that, the Coast Guard, you can't give them A, you can't give them B, and you can't give them no alphabetical order because they were wrong. You can't stop it. OSHA have to stop the rescue.
Correct.
You understand?
Well
so
said.
What authorities the Coast Guard had? Good night. Have a nice night.
Thank you, my friend. You see how the topic is getting interesting when professionals call in? There's a lot. Hey, Trinidad and Tobago, I'm looking for information on this company. CSS Media Group. Now, this is a company that builds software. Is anybody or is there anybody in Trinidad and Tobago who runs business that contacted this company to build a software for them and it's not working properly? Would you contact me please at 339-1670 or 267-7325? I believe the guys who run it is Nash. I think his name is Nash. I'll give you a little story, but I'm looking for information concerning this company. If they build that software for you and it's not working, contact me. I'm looking for information. Today, it's Thursday. Hopefully by Friday, I should be able to tell you what they did to a client. But nevertheless, it is not about, how to say it, boy, how to say it. It is not about bad talking or defamation. But I need information on that company. Trade up back one more time, Dave. It's the CSS Media Group. They have a page on Facebook. They say if you want to build a software, you can contact them. They will help you, they will build, they will install, and you're paying them in US. So I'm looking for information. So anybody in Trinidad and Tobago use this company to build a software for them, whether it's supermarket, clothes, market stuff, whatever it is, contact me at 339-1670 or 238-6716. We're looking for information on this company that builds software for individuals or business in Trinidad and Tobago. Contact me, it's urgent. We have a call. Caller, good night.
Good night, Mr. Saeed.
How are you, my friend?
Oh, I am good, Mr. Saeed. Great program as usual, and let me congratulate you and Real Talk on your launching of your credit union. Great job.
Thank you, my friend.
And as you always say, you are a God-sent person. And that is true. I know you will change the dynamics and the way finances in this country. But when you look and see how the banking system is, the entire banking system and how money is circulated and so on, man, it gets you sick. You say it's only robbery going down here, man, you know? So, blessings to you, and I know you will change the way things are done.
I will. Believe me, I will.
Yes, I believe that too, and I have been speaking to quite a number of people and trying to get them to deposit in your credit union. And you made a very good, a valid point, which they want to hear from you last week, Monday, where you said your money is secured. And most of the people I spoke to, you know, they are young people, young people whose parents had money in the Hindu credit union and so on. And you know what happened with that credit union and Clico and so on. So they are very, very careful, you know, how they're going to invest their money, where they want to invest their money. They want to know if it is secured and whatever. So on your program, I know you will, over a little period, why I'm telling you this is that people are listening and they want to invest. Young people, plenty money they want to invest.
Now, I will tell you something.
Yeah.
The real talk, the not condemning anybody. I don't like to do that.
Right, definitely.
The real talk, the Hindu credit union, remember they just set up business and started to run.
Right.
Now, I, Saeed, have been on the airwaves in Trinidad and Tobago on the 19th of March 2023. We'll make it 5 years.
Yes.
I've been around 5 years on the airwave, on the television airwave, on social media in Trinidad and Tobago. Now,
definitely.
I lend money.
Yes.
Before I had my credit union, I used to lend money. You understand? I'm a licensed money lender. So it's not like you put something here and in 2 years it disappears. No, I've been around for 5 years. And in 5 years, it costs almost $1.2 to $1.5 million to run an operation to be on television.
Yes. But I have been explaining this to them.
Know, hold on, let me give you a little history. I have been doing that for myself.
Yes, definitely. I explain all of this to them.
Now, in order to run an operation on TV, I have to build my studio. I have to have professional staff. You understand?
Yes, definitely.
It costs.
Yes.
My job that I am doing is sustain that for 5 years.
Yes, yes, definitely.
I launched Real Talk Real Estate, Real Talk Security and Intelligence, Real Talk Equipment Rental. I have Real Talk Credit Union. I have Real Talk with Saieed Ali. You understand? So all this is under my one company, Real Talk Group.
That's right.
So it's not like you know, I just open a credit union and we open up to the public and nobody knows about, hey, who is this Real Talk?
Well, I am glad you and I engage in this because there are many people listening your program, and the same many of those young people are listening your program because they want, they're eager to invest in your the credit union because your interest rate is the best in this country
4%
and
of
the
fixed
Caribbean.
deposit, you're not getting it nowhere.
You can't get that. You can't get it. Sometimes you can't get that. Nowhere. Not even unit trust. Nowhere. You can't get that. Nothing near to that. You know? So I'm glad you explained this. We went into a conversation, and I will assure them that I continue to promote you. And you know, I said, look at he's running this program, no advertisement, and so on. He's doing this all on his own. I said, Saieed is an honest man. I said, and you could see that look what he did for the citizens of this country, provide a platform where your voice cannot be heard. I said, look what this man did, and so on, and I promoted. So you will see people coming to deposit good sum of money for, your credit union. And it will grow, man. Blessings to you and your credit union. And I know you will keep developing. And I know your next move will be insurance business. You will get into, Mr. Saieed. I could see that. And I wish you...
It's a plan. We have a plan to win the insurance.
Yeah, well, my friend, I wish you all the best, man. God blessings to you and Real Tika. And wish you all the best, man. Continue the good work.
Thank you so much. Now, I will tell you this, when I started my program, I never started my program with anybody investing in it, you know. No, God bless me. God bless me. I got up one morning and I said to myself, I said, you know what? I'm going to run a live show on television. I contacted Brian, came home to my house. I gave him direction. He came home to me. This is almost 5 years back, you know. In about 3 months' time, December, January, February, March, in 4 months' time, Real Talk with Saieed Ali will be on the network for 5 years. 19th of March next year, 2023, will make it 5 years. And not one day I have asked any individual to support this program. Not one day. I just got up one morning and I said, you know what, I'm going to run a program on TV. Live. Real Talk with Saieed Ali. That name came to me. I said, good. I called Brian. Brian said, it sounds nice. We put everything together and here I am. This is my second studio I've built in 5 years. And I always keep upgrading. I opened Real Talk Real Estate, Real Talk Security and Intelligence. We have Real Talk Credit Union. We have Real Talk with Saieed Ali. I'm a licensed money lender. So I have been around not only for 1 year and 2 years, but 5 years without asking the public. And what do? We do a lot of food drives. The only thing I do is ask the public to contribute to our food drives. You know why? You know why I ask them that? When you give with your left hand, you receive on your right hand. I give with my left hand and I receive on my right hand. And God bless me. God bless me to do spiritual work. So why am I going to keep that blessings to myself when I could share it with others? When you go to church or you go to temple or you go to mosque, there is always a plant a seed and what you're blessing. You're planting a seed into our food drive. I had a lot of people who contributed and they saw blessings. The daughter couldn't get work, they get work. The son was sick, they get healed. Miracles take place when you plant a seed. And I always, every time I do a food drive, you just hear me saying, hey, plant a seed. Plant a seed for something and watch it grow. People who couldn't get visa, get visa. Who couldn't get loan, get loan. Why? Because the ground that you plant your seed on, it's fruitful. It's fruitful. I was blessed to do spirit work. You think God can bless a man to do spirit work and have him suffer in the desert? No, God, keep your work and let me do hard work in the desert. That is me, you know. I just command things to happen and it just happen. Look at laws and legislations. Real Talk push for. In the last 2 years, everything we asked for, we got it. Every single thing we asked for, we got it. So while staying on this, on explaining myself, we're going across to Tobago to Tracy Davison. So here it is. It has been days since Chief Secretary of the Tobago House of Assembly, THA, Farley Augustine, revealed that the company which was paid $2.5 million for the Zipline project in Tobago does not exist. But former Secretary of Tourism and Transportation, Tracy Davison Celestine, has decided to stay silent on the development. Why are you staying silent? Now this is two people from Tobago, you know. Tracy from Tobago, Farley from Tobago. The 1.5 kilometer zipline project started during Davison Celestine's tenure, but it was never completed. The Audit General said in a letter to the THA's Chief Administrator in 2020, $2.5 million was paid for material and equipment. However, the existence of the asset was not verified, and a visit to the stores section of that division revealed only some ropes were on hand. When approached for comment on the fact that it has now been disclosed to the company, Davison Celestine states that Original Canopy Tour Limited is not a legitimate entity in the British Virgin Islands. They're not. Allah, don't make joke na man. Canopy Tour Limited is not a legitimate entity in the Caribbean, in the British Virgin Islands. This is what Celestine is saying. So who are they? Where are they from? However, she said, no comment at this point in time. Something smelling fishy. I love that. Now, you look like you have to light a light for the truth to come out. You know, I like to light my light, and the truth has come out. So here's what we're going to do. Davison, Celestine, we need the truth. How you could say no comment? So you took an entity that is not legitimate and give $2.5 million? I need $2.5 million, Celestine. I am Saieed Ali and I am legitimate in carrying Savannah Road and Chaguanas. I could do with a nice contract like that. She also spoke on another issue, which is her defamation lawsuit against Augustine. Davison Celestine confirmed that she is proceeding with the matter. So they have a lawsuit going on. But no comment. I mean, it's $2.5 million. It's taxpayers' money. We need answers. That is what we need. We need answers. Tobago, are you going to settle for your $2.5 million when you aren't seeing anything? Come on, come on, come on. Call a good night.
Good night, Said. You see, it takes a new administration to unveil the corruption of the PNM. Similarly, in Trinidad, it would take a new regime to uncover the massive fraud. And you know what Rowley said? Rowley said he was going to pump more money into that Zipline project. Is it his money he was going to pump? Thank God for the intervention that made the PNM out. and we got about this money. But sir, you know this man, he is the king of blaming. Talking about climate change. You had a worker from somebody in Caroni there, I forget the name, of Calputos or whoever it is, where they show people the mouth of the river need desilting. It has not been desilt for the last 7 years. And this man, because they are not doing anything, he is blaming climate change on it. So someone complaining about potholes as a Tobago. You tell me where in Trinidad there is not pothole. Oh, the roads. That is why Dr. Inderson was asking 23-point-something billion dollars or million, how much was allocated for the upgrade of roads. Where is that money going, sir? It is not climate change. It's because the government is doing absolutely nothing. They're only taxing us. And the next thing is, sir, I can't understand why this man is so shameless. He warned the country and the people about Jack Warner. Well, what I want to tell him, sir, the late Patrick Manning warned us about you too as well. It is you and your cabinet, including Faris Al-Rawi, who is bringing shame to this country. Nobody knows about nothing. How much million went to Vincent Nelson? It is our taxpayer dollars, sir. Where is our money going, sir? And one day I could ask you, sir. You said what you ask for, you will get. I would implore you, sir, ask that God help us to remove this government. That is one of my greatest things that I could ask you, sir. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, my friend. So hear this now, viewers. PNM Tobago Council. Now, my work is to bring news to you, in depth. So hear this. PNM Tobago Council political leader Ansel Dennis has revealed that Original Canopy Tour Enterprise Limited, which earned a THA contract in 2015 to build a 1.5 kilometer zipline in Tobago main ridge that never materialized, does exist. So Canopy Tour exists according to Ansel Dennis. Now, previously, Chief Secretary Farley Augustine claimed the company was not legitimate. Let me just throw back something to you here now. When approached for comment on the fact that it has now been disclosed to the company, Davison Celestine stated that Original Canopy Tour Limited is not a legitimate entity in the British Virgin Islands. That is what she said earlier. So we're going back forward now. Listen to this. He made claims that after the THA received 2 freezing orders against the Original Canopy Tour Enterprise Limited, one in Trinidad and Tobago and another in the British Virgin Islands, BVI, where the company is based. However, at a news conference, Dennis denied Augustine claimed that Original Canopy Tours Enterprise Limited was not a legitimate company. So here is where we getting mixed up now. This is where we getting mixed up. So we have Celestine, when asked for comment, Davison Celestine states that Original Canopy Tour Limited is not a legitimate entity in the British Virgin Islands. So that is Celestine. So now we have Dennis now going against Farley and saying Farley that the company does not exist. And now Dennis read from a document headline territory of the British Virgin Islands BVI Business Company Act 2004 Certificate of Good Standing. At a news conference, Dennis denied Augustine claims that the Original Canopy Tour Enterprise was not a legitimate company. So we have a back and forth with Dennis, we have a back and forth with Celestine, we have a back and forth with Farley. So what we want to know now from the people of Tobago, from the people of Tobago, is Canopy Tour Enterprise Limited legitimate in Trinidad and Tobago? Are they legitimate in the British Virgin Islands? This is what we want to know. Because one said it is not a legitimate entity, one denying the fact that he didn't say that, and one saying they got freezing order. So which is it? So from 2015, we are in 2022, and Tobagonians have yet to look forward for the Zipline. Just remember, it's 2.5 million involved. Remember that. Now, he revealed that the name of the company is OCT Enterprise Limited, and it's BVI, British Virgin Island, company number 430213. Dennis said he has already transmitted this information to the relevant players. Listen to this.
So I received credible information concerning the existence of this company, and I have in my possession here, and I'm going to read the document. It says Territory of the British Virgin Islands, BVI Business Companies Act 2004, Certificate of Good Standing, and the name of the company is OCT Enterprises Limited, and it's BVI company number 430213. And the company is not only in existence, but by virtue of the information within this document, this company is also in good standing.
So now, viewers, I believe we have a picture of the document. We do have a picture of the document. So this is the picture of the document that Dennis read from. This is the company registration, I want to believe. Now listen to this. Dennis also added that he pursued the matter during his tenure as Chief Secretary from May 2020 to December 2021. He states that when we got to the point of finding information that told them what transpired with the Zipline, they took the matter to court because it was the responsible thing to do. So, Tobago now, I want somebody from Tobago to call in. We have a call? Call a good night.
Very good evening to Mr. Saeed.
To you, my friend.
I haven't called you for a while, so here
I know that.
So, all the best, all the best. So, who is to say that document there is fraudulent or fake?
Mm-hmm.
And right
Correct.
now, I am not concerned and interested in that document, not what Farley have to say, not what Dan Dennis have to say.
Mm-hmm.
All we need to do is follow the money. Follow the money.
Thank you very much.
And when we follow the money, everything will fall in place, and
Correct.
we will know who is who, and somebody have to be accountable. Somebody might have to go to jail. But actually, I was doing a little studying, and I finally figured out this. I know you'll understand where I'm coming from, with all due respect, sir. The Speaker of the House, that lady just really sent up my pressure, you know, boy, but thank God I don't suffer high blood pressure. She wasn't satisfied 5 times when they asked to discuss COVID. 3 times in the lower house, I think twice in the Senate.
Mm-hmm.
They asked to debate crime, the spiraling situation of the crime. She's not satisfied either. They asked to discuss about the flooding and the conditions of the road and whatnot. She's still not satisfied. Saeed, I finally figured out what could help this lady. She needs to see Dr. Raj. All the best.
Hey! Hey, caller! I can't say nothing there. I can't say nothing there. I cannot say nothing there. So, hey, Trinidad and Tobago, hear this now. We're going for a short commercial break, and we'll come back right after this.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan? only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Real Talk Group of Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Real Talk Group of Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas, or number 132 Paria Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
Real Talk Credit Union stores are now open to members of the public. We are located at the Real Talk Group of Companies building at number 14 Crony Savannah Main Road. Opening hours are from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Contact us via telephone at 238-6716 or 231-6219 to book your appointment. You can also find us on Facebook at Real Talk Credit Union.
So Trinidad and Tobago, welcome back to Real Talk. I believe we have some breaking news. UE admin building is presently on fire. That is the latest we have right now. We're trying to get a video of it to show you just before the show is over. UE admin building is on fire. So Trinidad and Tobago, even before former FIFA Vice President Jack Warner set foot in the Parliament, the then opposition leader Dr. Saieed took issue with it, fearful his reputation with the global football body could embarrass Trinidad and Tobago. The Prime Minister made a comment on Sunday at the PNM National Women's League annual general meeting and conference held at Achievers Banquet Hall, Duncan Village in San Fernando. Rowley recalled that his objection was not that he had a problem with persons electing Warner, but with having a gentleman with that kind of reputation and a job at FIFA. He said he did not tell TNT that Warner involvement at FIFA could and would embarrass TNT. Listen to this.
It was the appointment of Jack Warner to the cabinet of Trinidad and Tobago. I took objection to Jack Warner being appointed to the cabinet of Trinidad and Tobago. And the reason being, not that I had any problem with the people of Jack Warner's West electing who they want to elect to represent them, you know. But I made the point that when you're talking about a cabinet member, you can't have a gentleman who had that kind of reputation and was a job at FIFA. And I told this country that his involvement at FIFA could and would embarrass Trinidad and Tobago. I need not say anymore.
So now, viewers, Dr. Rowley also noted that persons do not like it when it is talked about, but we have to confront our own demons. Listen to this.
I'll tell you one thing. He is confident that he has the love and affection of the people of Trinidad and Tobago. I'm glad for him. I'm glad for him. I'm glad that you don't put your leaders into that situation to have to get that kind of love. But Kamala Prasad Bisesa elevated him to acting Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. So today when all the movies are being made about international crookery, Trinidad and Tobago features prominently because we were put out there among them. And they don't like it when you talk about it, you know. But I'm saying that we have to confront our own demons.
So I believe we have the footage of the UE admin building that is on fire presently, viewers. This is footage of the UE admin building presently on fire. So it's breaking, viewers, breaking news as we would say. We just hope that no one is injured in that fire. We have a few minutes left on our program, but listen to this. Referring to the PNM National Women's League as a party backbone, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley has called for its support of local government reform. The PM states that the fundamental changes that is going to take place is the implementation of property tax, where every local government body will collect tax from the residents, and persons will also have control of a revenue stream. Listen to this.
I am asking for your support to ensure that when we do go to the polls to hold local government elections, that these elections that are coming up in local government are elections that deal with change and change for the better. And the fundamental change that is going to take place is the implementation of property tax, where every local government body will collect the tax for the residences and in their compound and use it, collect it and use it, and get the additional monies from the central government, but you will have the control of a revenue stream. That is local government reform. And as you take that on, the central government will pass on to local government greater responsibilities.
Now, Trinidad and Tobago, he added that his government is in competition with the opposition, and there are persons who will benefit from these changes.
But our political opponents want no part of that. You know why? Because they were in office. They did absolutely nothing, and they will support nothing that brings about change that you can point to and say that has been beneficial change. That's what it is all about. But we are not in competition with them. We are in service of the people across the country who will benefit from these changes. They didn't want us to solve that petroleum problem, you know. They wanted us to kick the can down the road like they did. But we knew that it was not in the benefit of the people of Trinidad and Tobago to let Petrotrin bankrupt the country. You can vote me out of office if you wish, but I would have done the job that you asked me to do when I took the oath of office, to act without fear or favor, without malice or ill will.
Now, viewers, he said the government also had to pay US $850 million in August 2018 after borrowing $13 billion for the pandemic. He said, if it wasn't done, then that would have brought the economy collapse and downgraded. Listen to our lovely Prime Minister.
When we decided to restructure Petrotrin, there were very many people who saw that as a political opportunity. You saw it as the government taking a difficult decision to improve the national position. We had to pay $850 million in August 2018 after we borrowed $13 billion for the pandemic. Or before, actually. Right? Where was that going to come from? Where was that money going to come from? And if we didn't deal with that situation, the same people who are now talking about potential for downgrade and everything negative and economic collapse, that is what would have brought the downgrade and the economic collapse.
So that was our Prime Minister. Caller, good night. Hello?
Yes, right. Good night.
Good night, my friend.
Saeed, I would really like to know who's this audience that is always clapping this Prime Minister. We have here every time the man go on stage and talking them kind of garbage, right?
That audience going to pay tax.
No, I want to know if it's a sound effect they're using or if it's a real audience that actually clapping at the rubbish that's coming out of this man's mouth, right? Because I'm trying to understand everything he's saying here about Jack Warner and all kind of thing. When Jack Warner was at MP side, that man used to come in flood anyway, walk anyway. Look the whole Amaja Road, St. Helena, all over the place getting water. He's trying to play golf in the golf course. That's what people like, and And the people that clapping is the people that directly benefiting financially from this government, so them can sit down and say anything and clap and praise and do anything they want to do. But the point what I want to bring to your attention, right, is that I listened to Rudal Munilal make a claim that 5-point-something billion unaccounted for in the social welfare, the Ministry of Social Welfare, right? Right, that was under the COVID time. 5-point-something billion they can't account for, side. Who was the minister under then? Camille Robinson Regis. And she can't account for that amount of money. Where all that money going on? People who apply for grants under the COVID for rental assistance and all them things. They get nothing by side, nothing nobody get. Where all that money going? And then they move she and pushing housing and she can't account for $5 billion. This country really has stupid people on our side. Alright. I just saying, boy, people are really stupid in this country. Boy. Anyway, you enjoy your night.
Thank you, my friend. Trinidad and Tobago, we are almost out of time for tonight, but nevertheless, Health Minister Terence Dial Singh has reminded the population that COVID-19 pandemic is not over. In its COVID-19 update on Tuesday, the minister reported 3 persons had died of COVID-19. Speaking with the media after the launch of a flu vaccine drive by the Southwest Regional Health Authority on Harris Promenade in San Fernando on Wednesday, Dial Singh states that his ministry has a duty to keep the public updated. It's obvious, that's your job, Mr. Minister. That is your job. It is mine. It is my job to bring the latest and breaking news to the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago in a different way. We go in depth. We ask you to call in to voice your opinion on situations that is happening presently in Trinidad and Tobago, in our country, in our neighborhood, on our streets, on health, on security, on food, on education. Hence the reason why we became the #1 current affairs program in Trinidad and Tobago, and we are going to continue climbing the ladder. Next year will be 5 years I'm on the network. I fund my program myself. Now funding my program myself is not for me to boast, you know. It's to give God thanks that I do not have to depend. I'm giving God the thanks, the praise, the honor, and the glory for me not having to depend on sponsors. Hence the reason why when I ask for something, I just get it done. Yep. He that have a light, let it shine. What does shine? What does shine in darkness? Now when candle light up the darkness? Somebody say something. So viewers, I just want to encourage you. You want to save money, you have cash put up in financial institution in Trinidad and Tobago, contact us. 2386716, 2391670, Real Talk Credit Union, and we will assist you. I am Saieed Ali. You are viewing Real Talk with Saieed Ali. We run tomorrow from 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. and join us right here on Friday night for our Parang special. Until we meet again, good night.